Over-the-counter tax deeds explained, the secret to being able to get some of the cheapest properties you've ever seen in your life. We're talking about the down and dirty on one of real estate's best kept secret. Some of the people buy over-the-counter tax deeds for as little as $50 and sell them for thousands of dollars, which is wild and crazy. So today I'm going to share with you what are they, how do you get them, and I want to explain it and simplify it so you can get into real estate and start making some money. You know, when I got into real estate over 21 years ago, it was over-the-counter tax deeds that got me into some of my cheapest property. I bought property for literally 50 bucks, and it's crazy. We actually did a video on this channel showing property over-the-counter for as little as 2 bucks. So behind me here is the world's greatest diagram and demonstration on what over-the-counter tax liens and deeds are. And if you want to argue me, you can take to the comments. It's quite a good drawing. So we're going to go through it, okay? So how does it work? So a tax deed sale, let's start with the fundamental of a tax deed sale, okay? So in the US, if you have a homeowner who doesn't pay their taxes, right? They've not paid their taxes, they've been bad, bad people in the eyes of the government will then take their house and auction it at a tax deed sale. This is the auctioneer to scale, as we can see. So the auctioneer basically sells the property. The opening bid is always going to be the back taxes, all right? So anytime a property goes to the tax deed auction, it has been delinquent for anywhere between like 3, sometimes to 5, 7 years. It just kind of depends what's going on. And the county says, hey, pay us our money by this date or we're going to foreclose and sell the property at an auction. The opening bid will be the back taxes. And then that allows investors like you and me to go and bid on those properties. So that is a tax deed sale. So we're going to talk about the over-the-counter tax deeds, where you can get things at literally sometimes opening bid prices. Well, it would be opening bid because there's nobody there to bid against, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's get into it. I'm Dustin Hahn, and if you're just tuning in, this channel is dedicated to helping new investors, beginner investors, get started with real estate because the economy's squeezing everybody these days. Tax liens and deeds are a great way to get into real estate. I started like 20 years ago. It changed my life, and here we are now on YouTube talking about it, which is great. So if you like making money, if you want to get into real estate, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and we can help you get into the game here. So here's what happens. Things go to the tax deed sale. These houses here, if you can see by the drawing, these are houses, micro houses. And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. So the auctioneer is selling the property. However, there is some properties that don't sell at the auction. It could be there's so many properties they don't sell. Maybe there's not a lot of people bidding at the auction. Anyways, long story short, the county doesn't sell it. So that goes into the county inventory right down here. The auctioneer throws them into the county inventory where there's a counter. Basically, the file of the property goes, this is my counter right here, as you can see by the 3D drawing I rendered. So this is the counter, they're behind the counter. There will be somebody working at the counter here, right? So what you do is you call the county and you say, hey, what happened to the property that didn't sell at the tax deed sale? And they're gonna say, oh, that goes into our county inventory. So at that point, you can ask them, how do I get a list of these properties right here, okay? You wanna get a list. Now, here's the great thing about these properties. Nobody bid on them. So that means you're gonna pick them up for what the back taxes are owed on the properties, which is totally cool, right? So you have the back taxes, there's no competition, nobody to bid against you. Now, let's chat about the pros and the cons of over-the-counter. Some people will say, well, there's a reason these didn't sell at the sale. They're all junk, right? You go look at the video comments. People who have maybe researched like 3 counties will be like, there's a reason they didn't sell at the sale. It's junk. In my county in Timbuktu, they were crap, right? And they judge the whole industry, 3,300 counties, off of just one small experience. But here's the thing, there's 1,500 counties, right? You have to call several. Sure, you'll have to put in some elbow grease to do it, but this is a scrappy way for you to get into real estate. Some people will buy these for a few $100 or a few thousand, flip them, make a few $1,000s and go on and get bigger ones. But the crazy thing is sometimes behind these things is apartment buildings as well, triangle ones, which are, that'll probably be one you want to avoid. But there are cheap properties at these tax deed sales. So what you do, you then get the list and then you start to research them, right? The first thing I do, get the list in a spreadsheet, Say you have 5,000 bucks. Sort it by opening bid, smallest to largest. Get rid of everything above 5,000. Clear that from your list. From there, if it is in your county, you can look at them. The next best thing is you can do it virtually from home and send somebody to go look at the property. You always want to see the property in person because a big mistake is buying deeds sight unseen. So you can send somebody, you can get like an off-duty Uber driver or go on a site like AirTasker or TaskRabbit. Send somebody for like miscellaneous tasks for 20 bucks an hour to go take pictures of the property if you're not there. The next thing you do is you go and you buy the property, right? You buy it, but key note, always have an exit plan going into the property. Doesn't matter what's in here, always make the money on the way in with the idea of how you're going to make money. It could be some weird property. Avoid weird shaped lots, okay? Stuff that's like this, that's surrounded by forest or in the middle of nowhere. You don't want that stuff no matter how cheap it is. I like lots that are in the city or like obviously houses, things like that are great. Now, if it is a weird lot, maybe on a busy street, you could put a billboard on it, maybe make some money, some residual income off that. But there's so many different ways to make money off this. Say you buy a lot for 500 bucks and it's worth 5,000 or 10,000. But what you can do, buy that lot and sell or finance it to somebody. Take $1,000 down, make $100 a month off them for the next 10 years and do 10 of those. You're making some fun money off of a new way of getting into real estate. So then the next thing you do, you take this, you can list it, Facebook Marketplace, you can put an ad in the paper if you're still old school, list it online, and then rinse and repeat and go back and do it again and again. And then eventually you can start getting into bigger deals or different ways. So over-the-counter tax deeds are a great way to get into real estate for a beginner who might not have a lot of money. The key thing you also want to do is make sure there's no county liens on the property. For example, say there's like a nice big beautiful lot, right, like this, but the county's been mowing the grass and there's tons of grass cutting liens or trash removal liens. Those won't get wiped out, so avoid those types of properties. Now, if you want some help with this stuff, maybe you're like, watching a video is cool, but I still want some more help, you can go check out more of these videos. But what we do is something super unique. We do in-person auctions where we take people to these auctions and show them how to do it in person. You go to a seminar, you sit there all weekend and it feels good. Everybody's giving high fives, having drinks in the bar. You forget about life. You get home with all these grand ideas and next thing you know, a year's gone by, you haven't done anything. So what we do is we flip the script and we actually bring people to live tax deed auctions in very small groups. You can even come bid on property. We do all the research with you and show you how to do it in person, arm in arm. Well, depends. If it's slippery out, we'll help you. We'll definitely help save you, but we're going to be there in person with you. So there's a QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and book a call with us and we can see if it's a fit, if you want to come join us at one of these auctions. If not, all good. Check out some more videos here. There's also a link below in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, go buy some of these properties. The more AI is coming to the surface, the best time to get started in this was 20 years ago or today. So it's never going to get any easier than it is today for you to start. So go ahead, take some action. Thanks for watching. See you soon.